says draft recommendation.
Yeah, draft report on 4th.
Draft report BCP.
The formal meeting on 13.
Yeah.
No, it's the one.
2023.
And the PC, PWA, PPs and budget allocation, not that.
Yes, that's the recommendation. That's the recommendation to start with 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're starting now. Members of the Portfolio Committee of Public Works and Infrastructure, our team from the Parliament that supports this Portfolio Committee, good afternoon to you. We are having this meeting today after having had a series of meetings before the Parliament rose when we were dealing with the annual performance plans of the department and its entities. And as such, as the Portfolio Committee, we have an obligation of adopting the report based on all the reports that we have received as our budget vote report for 2023-2024. That is why we felt that although this week we are having oversight visit to the small harbours as it is known, but we must create time so that we deal with our report so that it will be ATC. We will then receive the apologies that have been forwarded to Ms. Martinez.
Thank you, Honourable Chairperson. Good afternoon to yourself, honourable members and the colleagues. The apologies that we received were that of one Honourable Shabalala, who was unable to make it to the oversight visit in its entirety, which includes this meeting. Honourable Siwisa has also apologized, but then Honourable Mukhoto is here on her behalf. There's also Honourable Graham Murray, who also has another commitment elsewhere, and Honourable Thring. I did not hear anything from Honourable Zondo, Honourable Chairperson, so I would assume that he has not apologized, but we see that he's absent in this meeting. The last apology, Chairperson, is that of the Minister of DPWI, who also couldn't attend to the oversight visits. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you so much, Ms. Martinez, on those apologies that we have received. We will then invite our content advisor and the research unit of the committee to present the draft report.
Thank you, Chairperson. And members, good afternoon to everyone. Chair, as you said, we had meetings on the 15th, 22nd and 29th of March with the department and the property management trading entity and the 4 entities that report to the minister. And we did this to look at their APPs and the annual performance, the APPs as well as what's in the budget allocations for each of the main programs and the sub-programs in some cases. So, as usual, Chair, what I do in the report is we speak a bit about the different responsibilities of the minister and the DG and the administrative side of the department. And we speak of the political leadership from the side of the minister that's exercised over the DG and the department and the entities, boards of the entities specifically, and that the minister should do oversight over those and what they do with the allocated funds per branch. We then list the mandate of the department. What is important in the case of this department, and I remember a few years ago it happened to quite a number of departments, that there was a need to split the department into 2. You split the department into two, where the policy, regulation and legislation aspect is separate from the actual implementation part. For the implementation part, the property management trading entity was operationalized, I think, in 2015-16 financial year. But if we look at the evidence in front of us over the last 4 or 5 years almost, that's our 5th year. That's our 5th year. 5 years then. Then we know that the PMTE is not properly functioning, properly staffed, and it's not trading. So that shift in policy and regulating leadership of the department took place, but it's incomplete. Because it means that the policy formulation would be with the minister and the department, and it would set standards and all of that type of thing, but the PMTE would take over most of the auditable functions. The result is that we get the department with a reasonably good audit, and the PMTE gets all the negative audit opinions over the years. But one of the things that we have in our report this year, I did it last year as well, but more strongly this year, was to say that the PMTE does not sit in Pretoria. The PMTE is spread across 11 regional offices. It's got a footprint across the country in 11 regional offices. And in several meetings, the one we just had in this oversight earlier on, it was clear that there is a strong national control over your regional office. We had the regional manager here, but there was not much coming from the regional manager. And that is testimony to the centralized power that the PMTE holds over the regional offices. In Cape Town, Pretoria, Johannesburg, Uppington, Kimberley, Bloemfontein, Durban, Umtata, Mmabatho, East London and Port Elizabeth. That is now Harbour. So we then in the budget vote report look at the alignment of the strategic outcomes with the policy priorities stated in the National Development Plan, the economic recovery and reconstruction plan, the MTSF,